Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the World of Fate Stay Night. Please let me know if there are audio issues today because more than normal I'm going to be paranoid about that because Windows did the thing where forced an update on me when I didn't exactly want to, and when Windows updates happen, that tends to be when things break. So please inform me if there are any audio, whether it be balanced or whether the audio is working at all. According to my mixer bars, it seems to be fine. But hey, I don't always trust what my eyes see. I will trust y'all's ears. But we're going to have a really good time today. Going to get a little bit further, of course. Continue to inch towards the end of the Heavensfield route. I believe we're a little over halfway. We might be 2/3 the way through Heavensfield. So but I still have hopes and dreams of finishing before the end of the year. It's going to be close, but I think we have a chance. But before we actually get into the game and ranting about other things, time for some musical theater karaoke to get the vocals warmed up. I've been really trying to take care of the vocals because obviously I'm still not vocally recovered, as you can tell by that gasp for air cough. But I'm trying to do some more traditional things, doing like the traditional gargling of salt water, honey water, and all sorts of fun stuff just to try to feel a little bit better, like I would normally do if I had like a sore throat. But I was just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing for this. Maybe there are solutions out there that people have figured out, but gonna just keep trying what I know, and what I know probably doesn't apply. Oh well. For today's musical theater karaoke, we're going to go with what I hear is like the popular song for auditions for ladies, at least for the last couple of years. Basically, since the musical came out. Got your fries in him here. Heck yeah. Good to see you, Skeeth. You have not missed the karaoke. I've just been ranting about how I'm annoyed that my voice still isn't 100% yet. Yay. Illness sucks. And who knows? Probably, let's face it, it's probably after effects from COVID from months ago. Because yay. But yeah, to get off a serious note, I'm gonna sing a nice fun song, although it is also a very serious and sad song, because the song's called Dead Mom. Like I was just saying, it's probably like the most popular audition song right now for women. But hey, why not give myself a crack at it? Let's see how this goes. Probably poorly. Let's find out. Hey, Mom. Dead Mom, I need a little help here. I'm probably talking to myself here. But Dead Mom, I gotta ask, are you really in the ground? 'Cause I feel you all around me. Are you here, Dead Mom? Dead Mom. Dead Mom. I'm tired of trying to iron out my creases. I'm a bunch of broken pieces. It was you who made me whole. Every day Dad's staring at me like I'll hurry up, get happy, move along, forget about your mom. 'Cause Daddy's in denial, Daddy doesn't wanna feel. Dad wants me to smile and clap like a performing seal. Ignored it for a while, but Daddy's lost his mind for real. You won't believe the mess that we've become. You're my home, my destination, and I'm your clone, your strange creation. You held my hand, and life came easy. Now jokes don't land, and no one sees me. Nothing seems to fit. Mama, is this it? Are you receiving? I want something to believe in, or I'm done. Take me where my soul can run, or I'll be in my bedroom. Wake me when I'm 21. Daddy's moving forward. Daddy didn't lose a mom. No, Ma, won't you send a sign? I'm running out of hope and time. A plague of mice, a lightning strike, or drop a nuclear bomb. No more playing Daddy's game. I'll go insane if things don't change. Whatever it takes to make him say your name, dead mom. Fun to get emotional. I did not have the vocal chops for that one. Oh well. That's not the point of it. The point is to have fun and just experiment with singing songs I would usually not be able to sing. I have a hunch that this won't be the only singing today. Alright. Oh, please tell me that the game is going to burst out into a full-on musical. Oh, let my dream come true. Maybe that's what the patch added, because when I started up today, it was like, hey, there's a patch for Fate Stay Night. So, let's see what they add. Maybe they added something new. Maybe they added everything. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I need a nice visual novel to relax my brain, because I finally got to a place in Metaphor that I was kind of afraid of, because for the most part, I've been really good about avoiding spoilers for Metaphor, but one thing I had not been able to avoid is everyone talking about this one, like, endgame side boss. And I finally got to it, and just like the instant I got to it, was like, oh, I see the gimmick. I see the gimmick here. Although it's not just one gimmick, it's like 3 different gimmicks to it, and it's like, I've got the solution for some of them. Haven't found the final solution to be able to survive the last barrage, but oh well, I'll get there eventually. For now, we're just gonna chill out here with Tosaka as, you know, we take the holy shroud off of our arm that is preventing us from going insane with pain. Ah, nothing bad's gonna happen. Then I find Tosaka's face right in front of mine. I wonder when she came back. What are you doing, Tosaka? Have I gone deaf? I won't have to listen to Tosaka anymore, so I guess that could be worse. I won't get to hear Sakura. I bet. Does he look... Anyway, lunch between Rin and Sakura. Sakura is more... Brain not functioning. This is weird. What are they whispering about right in front of me? Huh. Osaka. Ilya. What? I can't raise my voice. Man, something must be wrong with my throat. Look, one more time. What are you two talking about? They suddenly stop whispering. Ha ha ha! Oh, my voice is back. That's good. Really weird to do a visual novel where the main character doesn't use his voice. I guess it seems like yelling helped clear my throat. Yay! You were just talking about how my seasoning style was fresh and novel. Do you actually not like spicy food, Shiro? Your food isn't spicy, it's numbing. We already decided that Sakura would make lunch, so give it up already. Shiro said he prefers Sakura's stew too. Is that an allegory for something? Is that a metaphor? Either way, yes. Apparently they were just talking about lunch. Hey, this isn't really the time, I almost say. Hey, Ordo. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're feeling all right. One day we'll record an episode of a podcast. Maybe. I look at the clock and I see it's almost noon. Hard to do podcasts or even to stream visual novels when you can't talk. Right, just in time for stew metaphors. Heck yeah. I'm all about the metaphors. We got the sound alert metaphors. We're talking about stew metaphors now. I can talk about the game Metaphor ReFantazio a lot. Not all of it, because it's still not done. I'm up to a really annoying mini-boss I've got to figure out how to get around. Something's nagging at me. Nothing's particularly wrong, but I feel a strange chill in the familiar dojo. Anything on Black Friday deals? I honestly haven't seen anything that's grabbed my eye. Like, I have like a wish list of games on like both Steam and Xbox, and I look through my wish list and it's like there's like one or two things on sale and none of them are high priority for me. So honestly, I've got enough of a backlog video game wise. I don't need anything. I can't think of anything I want outside of that world, really. Oh, no, there's one thing I do need to get. I need to see if there are Black Friday deals. I need new tires for my car. Yay, adulting. I need to see if there are any good Black Friday deals for that. Keep forgetting to look. Nothing's particularly wrong. Because... it was just after 9 o'clock when Tosaka left. Knowledge I did not know in my head. Why are we talking about food? You got Dragon Quest 3 HD for your birthday, so I think you're good for that. That game does look fun. I've been watching a friend of mine stream that one. I enjoy the conversation. Speaking of details of every weapon already in my head. Ilia's word. White hot pain a mom. 26 times. Memories disappear, and I'm back to normal. This is normal. Everything's good. Everything's great. Just having my brain surgically connected to a ghost spirit arm thing, trying to archive its powers. Nothing is wrong. Ah! I tap a finger on my forehead. I'm okay. Anyway, the dizziness is going away. Shiro, you said you were going shopping with Ilya, right? I searched my memories. I frowned for a bit before I remembered that I did say I'd go shopping with Ilya. Ah! Happened to you on Tuesday, you can relate. Yeah. Brain stuff is dumb. Dragon Quest 3 HD does look like a lot of fun. It's just that, like, old school RPG. Like, I got my fill of, like, the old school RPG thing earlier this year with Eiyuden Chronicles. But I'm glad a lot of people are enjoying Dragon Quest 3. Oh. It does look beautiful. Huh. Yeah, let's go, Ilya. I shake my head and I start walking. Hang on, what's wrong with you? You seemed fine when we put the shroud back on. Do you feel tired now? Huh? Well, yeah, I feel a little bit confused, but it's no big deal. Nothing compared to the pain I was feeling last night, and I'm in good physical condition. We are really great at denial. Like, this is like the denial section of the playthrough, and we are basking in it. I got a little dizzy for a second there, but it doesn't pose a problem at all. Nope, nothing's going wrong. I take Ilya outside. I can't afford to go out shopping frequently, so we'll have to stock up for about 3 days at a time. Madness! Doop-a-doop-a-doo, walking around town, nothing bad's gonna happen today. I guess I'll buy a lot. Is there anything you want, Ilya? I'm thinking about the lunch menu. Aren't we going to have stew for lunch? You just said so earlier. Oh, right, I did. Just wanted to double check. Sakura likes white stews, so let's cook some chicken. fan of white stews. I love a beef stew. Do I like any stews besides beef stew now that I think about it? I think I only like beef stew. Just like, get me some beef, give me some carrots, give me some potatoes, put them all in a crock pot or for an extended period of time, and it's crack. It's getting cold. It's almost stew weather. I did consider getting some stew meat today, but I was just like, nope, can't afford that right now. Save it for when there's a plan. We head to the butcher shop I normally visit. We're going to stock up for 3 days. I can't waste money, so I need to maximize value and quality. Has it ever been said where Shiro gets his money? Is it all inheritance? Does he get an allowance from Taiga or Taiga's family? Why am I only now thinking of this? Shame on me. Oh yeah, he does have part-time jobs. I just forget about that because he kind of hasn't been able to do them since the whole, war thing started. You're right, my bad. We spend a brisk 30 minutes shopping. Ah, you bought so much. Ilya looked bored while we were shopping, but she seemed to enjoy your... Game, you forgot to end the quote. Did the patch add more typos? Curse you, game, for not being perfect. She seemed to enjoy herself once I gave her some bags to hold. Sorry, I bought too much. Are those bags heavy for you? I can trade you some lighter ones. I hand her the lightest grocery bag out of the 7 I'm holding. Oh, I'm okay. This isn't heavy. I can take one more. You're holding so many in one hand. It looks like a bunch of grapes. I'm okay, too. That's a funny example, though, small child. Yes, I was thinking you're like a clown, holding a bunch of balloons. But grapes are cuter. What is cuter, balloons or grapes? Yeah, I'll agree. Grapes are a little bit cuter than balloons. Close call, but I'll go with grapes. Ilya runs through the street, talking all happy-like. Wait up, Ilya. They aren't heavy, but I kinda can't really run right now. An arm still only kinda sorta works. Rather than wait, I'm afraid the egg and the tofu in the bags might get crushed. No! Are we going to have to do a button press minigame? Are we going to have to pull a Death Stranding and try to balance ourselves as we try to walk so we don't break any of the tofu eggs? I sigh and I fast walk. This is the greatest concession I can give as the designated grocery shopper. And so, I follow Ilya, making a whole lot of noise. I hold my groceries carefully. It seems to tickle Ilya, and she... Don't break anything. Okay, good. Looks like she's having fun. Children are allowed to have fun. I think. Once we leave the shopping district and arrive at the intersection, Ilya stops and turns to me. So long as you're stopping and looking both ways before we cross the street, that's the important part. Die ist cool und kalt. Und ruhig fliegt der Rhein, der Griffel des Specks, funkelt in beiden Sonnenschein. Ilya starts singing in some weird, mysterious language, with the grocery bags in hand. Das ist gut! The melody sounds familiar. It almost sounds, again, this tune sounds eerily like Tomorrow Belongs to Me from Cabaret, but it's probably, that song might be based on this. If this is like an old German song. I don't know. I heard it in school when I was a child. Die Landjungfrau steht dort oben wunderbar. Die Szkolneschkes minde blisit, sie kann mit ihr goldenes Haar. I'm walking next to Ilya, so I don't know what face she's making. Yeah, don't stare at her face. Make sure you're looking both ways before crossing the street. Wait, I thought she was carrying multiple things. Looks like she's only carrying one bag. Yeah, we could have given her a second bag. But hey, good to know that, our arm is working enough we can carry some groceries. Take that as a win. We've basically won the war at this point. I have no way of telling what expression she's singing with, or how she feels as we walk home. Dann schlief im kleinen Schiff, griff ich mit. Wildem schlag nicht die Felsen rief. Schloss hinauf in die Hall. It's a nostalgic melody. The tune is simple and gentle, yet lonely. I'm sure that Ilya is happy. Otherwise, she wouldn't be singing on the way home. On the other hand, I can't help but think, hey, for all we know, Ilya is just a weirdo like me who's just going to burst out in song just whenever the heck. So, she might not be happy. She just might be a weird music theater freak. Maybe Ilya sings to herself a lot, with no one to talk to and no father waiting to greet her at home. Perhaps that's the only way she can express herself when no one is around. No, personally, I normally like to express myself through song. It's just it's just the fact when other people are around, I usually don't bring myself to do it because I assume other people will find it weird. That's one of the reasons I'm able to do it here. I can't see y'all's faces. I can't see y'all cringe when I'm singing. Ha ha! You would have to use the Card Whiz cringe emote in order for me to tell that, and you'd have to subscribe for that. Wahaha! The master plan is coming together! Wahaha! Ich glaub, die Wellen verstellen. Amen, sie verruhen kann, und das hat mit ihrem Singen die Lorelei getan. So is she out of the war in this route? Yeah, kind of. We kind of went a couple of days ago. We kind of went to a forest and we were going to go visit Ilya, see how she was doing. And then evil wizard guy and his assassin and Eldritch Tor Shadow. And oh yeah, evil Saber. Turns out Saber's been revived and is evil. All of them teamed up and were able to kill Berserker, who has been dragged into the Shadow Universe, which makes me think we're going to see evil Berserker, which is a super happy thought. So, yeah, Ilya's out, but we've kind of adopted her, kind of, so yeah, Saber Altar, whatever that means. Yeah, we got an evil Saber going around. Things are bad. At the edge of the road, I look up at the tall, curved traffic mirror. It reflects me holding a lot of the bags, and a girl singing with her eyes. Dang it, Ilya! What did I just talk about looking both ways before we cross the street? No! Sing as much as you want, but sing with your eyes open! Dang it, Ilya! You suck! As if in a dream. There's nothing else to say. I really like this image. Although I feel like that radish could be better positioned in the bag. I feel like that thing's going to fall out any minute now. remember diving into the wiki after we watched the anime, so you know a few things. I think I did that, but my brain is a lot more Swiss cheese than yours. So I remember next to nothing from all the stuff I read back then. We're just a brother and sister on the way home from buying groceries. The sight is just so natural and so ordinary. I can't help but imagine how wonderful it would be to see Kuritsugu there. She would try to murder him! Only retain the Castlevania knowledge. To be fair, the Castlevania knowledge is very important. I wish I had more Castlevania knowledge as I play Vampire Survivor, the Castlevania DLC, which is really fun and really good. In between the boy with the groceries and the lively little girl who only has one bag of groceries because we're stubborn, but then again, like, we're the older brother in this situation, so 100% we would be stubborn about that stupid stuff. But we shouldn't be that stubborn about that stupid stuff because our arm barely works. Ilya! I hold my breath! Oh! What, Shiro? She innocently turns around and thankfully opens her eyes. She must be hiding how she really feels. Ilya's shutting off her own feelings. Ever since Archer disappeared, she's become sullen at times. I think it's more Berserker disappearing, which would do that to... I don't know why Ilya would be that sad about Archer disappearing. Or are Ilya and Archer like best friends and I didn't realize that? Did I miss that part of the campaign? I guess I did. That's how we can have moments like that. Because she doesn't have to hide how she really feels. That she can't smile. Guess that goes for me too. Known it all along, but I kept putting off thinking about it. Turning away from what needs to be said. Ilya let things be this way, so I just joined in on the lie. Again, we are the king of denial in this round. Like, no one can top us. Category. Shiro. Ilya must have given up. But, well, I'll talk to you in a minute, Ilya. I'm having an inner monologue where I'm trying to psychologically analyze you. Shut up and let me do this. You stopped pursuing it and decided to keep us company at our end. That's okay. If Ilya's happy with our current relationship and willing to ignore it all, then it'll end without her losing anyone else. But still, Ilya, after this war ends, you have nowhere to go home to? Man, I'm crazy. I am saying something that doesn't need to be said. But I still have to say it while I still can. I'm going crazy. Man, this arm thing is weird. Ah well, that's all the more reason. Ilya, you want to keep living with me? Need to say it now, properly, before I completely lose my mind. You cool with me and Sakura adopting you? He stops. With a flat voice, Ilya asks, "You mean that as Kiritsugu's son?" He watches me quietly. Kiritsugu's son? What Kiritsugu couldn't do, what he left behind? I must carry on that responsibility as his son, even if we aren't related by blood. I have to settle things with this girl. Not because Shiro Emiya wants it, but because Kiritsugu's son owes it to her. At least that's what Ilya's asking. And my answer, of course, is... yeah, I'm my father's son, and I like you. That's the only reason I want you to live with me. Are you serious? Do you think you could be his replacement? No, I can't be Kiritsugu, nor can I replace him. We're like two different people. I can never give you back what he owes you. But I love my old man. I want to finish what he couldn't. So if you can find it in your heart to forgive him, even a little, then I want to live with you, Ilya. Is it wrong to try and take back the things you couldn't do till now? Is it wrong for us to live together even if we're only starting just now? Doesn't answer. Ilya looks down for a while and then just slightly shakes her head. It's impossible. I don't have long to live and neither do you, so we can't live together. She rejects me with a smile like a pretty little flower. Remember what Zokin said in the woods. He estimated that Ilya has at most a year to live. I remember hearing that. I couldn't remember where we heard it, and if it was even this timeline. Okay, maybe Shiro didn't hear it. You don't have long to live? You know that, don't you? Yes, if one of us makes a sacrifice, the other might be able to live a little longer. But I don't think we can both do that. If I live once this war is over, you won't be around anymore. See? That's why it can't happen. Because there's no place for me in the Emiya house, if you aren't there too. Ilya's words are filled with certainty. The silver-haired girl describes a grim future like a prophet. It's too bad, though. I wish you'd said this a little bit sooner. If you had, our destinies might have changed a little bit. Yes. Sadly, this game only has 3 branches, so whoopsie. Sorry, Ilya. Maybe next time. Maybe if they do another remaster of this game. I don't understand what she's saying. Not a declaration that one of us has to die, or I'll say it all with a smile. You're talking crazy. That won't happen. Zokin might come after you and we'll defeat him first. That's why you're working together with Tosaka, right? Yes, but that's also the problem. Don't mention this to Rin, Shiro. About the plan to project the jeweled sword and replicate the Tosaka relic. Rin's way won't work. Because your projections aren't projection. Normally, projection magecraft can supplement a projection that resembles the original. But your projections don't work that way. You can't give them form unless you create them from A to Z. After all, your magecraft isn't projection, but a manifestation of your mind. What? Wait. How? What? How? How does she know Archer's magecraft, how that works? Did I, like, have a seizure and forget, like, oh yeah, Berserker was Ren's servant and Archer was Ilya's? What? This is a weird one. That's why it won't work. The only way to make what Rin needs is for you to use Archer's arm. And I'm sure you know what that entails. It will take more than fragments of his memory. You'll stop being Shiro once you use it. Right now, you're a little confused because you keep thinking lots and lots of things about yourself, Sakura, and me. Yeah, I try to avoid thinking about Ren. And I'm really trying to avoid thinking about Saber. That is a whole nother level of denial that I am going through. So I'll forget you asked me this. You know as well as I that you only choose to save one person, not everyone. He turns and starts up the hill. A nostalgic tune gone as Ilya's words linger in my ears. Oh, Fatherland, show us the sign your children have waited to see. The morning will come when the world is mine. Tomorrow belongs to me. Oh. A shrill noise comes from the kitchen. It's the fourth time tonight I've heard that unpleasant sound. I'm sorry. I'm okay, don't worry. Here's Sakura's voice from the kitchen. Osaka just frowns and seems tired of warning Sakura by now. Shortly before 6, Sakura asks us to let her make dinner to close out the day and chase me and Tosaka out of the kitchen, so we've just been waiting around for her to finish. And another plate or bowl has broken. Sound of Sakura's failures, and we're getting used to hearing it for at least half of today. Flashback time. Sakura couldn't make stew after Illy and I went out for the groceries, and she was waiting for us to come home, but she clearly wasn't feeling good. I'm okay, I feel a little feverish. I can make lunch at least. And it's true, she could have cooked us lunch, but we weren't going to make her push herself when she was clearly suffering, and by the time Osaka and I convinced Sakura to nap, it was already past 2. Before she did, she insisted. Once my fever's down, you'll let me in the kitchen, right? And she went off to bed. And then came evening. Not sure when my training ended, but when I finished and went back to the living room, Sakura was already starting to cook dinner. I hope your training went well, Senpai. Just hold on, I'll have dinner ready for you soon. And she cheerfully went back to cooking, and I could tell with a single glance, is just putting on a strong front. You're tired, go get some rest, I said. And Tosaka and I would make dinner, but Sakura refused. You don't need to be overprotective. I'm a master too. This is nothing compared to fighting. She used to back down, no matter what we said. After that, she refused to let us help, especially Tosaka. Tosaka reacted with more surprise than I expected. I mean, you're training Senpai, right? I need to make myself useful too. I want to help like you, Nissan. Besides, this is a role I've always had. I'd like to keep doing it as long as I can. Sounds like this is something Sakura just can't give up. I can only imagine how defeating it must feel to stop doing something she's done routinely every single day. No matter how hard it is to move her body. Fine. Take care of dinner, Sakura. So I got irritated, started to criticize me, but that only made Sakura say, yes, I'll do my best, Senpai. Hard to be negative and son of that much enthusiasm. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for breaking all of my stuff. Her bright voice reaches the table as Sakura confidently puts plate after plate on the table. Takikomi Gohan? Takikomi Gohan? You put a lot of work into this, Sakura. Oh, yes. You bought good clams and shrimp, so I used them for dinner. I cooked the clams and rice and steamed the shrimp and dumplings with the squid like a more ethnic style and topped it all with Hamburg steak just for Ilya. This food is supposed to be for like 3 days. Please don't eat it all tonight. Do it for Gohan. Do it for Gohan and his dad, Piccolo. She puffs out her chest proudly. Dishes she laid out on the table do show brilliance unlike anything she made. She must have put her heart into it. The secret ingredient is love. Yuri's love-filled croquettes. One of the best foods in any JRPG. Ooh. We other three applaud the display. Yay, Tosaka's not being a jerk. I was worried about you for a while, but this is worth the wait. I'm super excited to try it. I'm going to eat a lot. Hand me the fork. Here you go. Don't mind if I take some myself. I made enough for seconds, so be sure to eat a lot. Sakura, again, this was for 3 days. Don't eat all the food. I make a quiet bow and pick up some steamed dumplings. At a glance, the round, bite-sized dumplings resemble suimai. They're beautiful and accompanied by an exquisite balance of onions, ginger, and daikon. I was uneasy letting Sakura cook for 4 people, but can't complain now that my chopsticks stopped moving. All 3 of our expressions froze. Oh no. We pretend not to notice and keep eating. We have to keep eating. Colorful dishes taste inconsistent. They don't taste bad. They just kind of don't have flavor or they taste off balance. And it gets uncomfortable. Great, as we just keep quietly eating, just not looking at each other. Never looking at each other. Don't acknowledge everything. Go full on denial. Osaka, Ilya, join me on this. It's the perfect way to live out your life. Still, it's impossible to play it off. Sakura cooked this. She's going to realize it tastes wrong as soon as she eats it. Our silence is just a prelude. Sakura should have realized it by now, yet she's sitting there in shock. She hasn't had a single bite. Try to watch her inconspicuously so she doesn't notice. What's wrong? Sakura's looking down at the rice bowl and chopstick. Trouble. Expression. Oh no. So if we're using the Symphonia analogy, she's gone from not being able to feel hot and cold to now just like losing her ability to grip, feel things, taste things at all. Oh boy. Oh boy. She hesitates and resolves herself to reach for the chopsticks. Hello, bird. Are you here to join us in the denial fest that everything's great, nothing's wrong? Absolutely nothing is wrong. Everything is awesome. Everything is great. How are you doing, Worst? Hope you are feeling well and hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving tomorrow if you celebrate it. I will be celebrating with tacos during the daytime and with Phoenix right at night as we finish up Recipe to Turnabout and begin Case 4. I am looking forward to it and dreading it. Worst will realize why tomorrow. That's a tease. Glad you're doing alright, man. Picks up her chopsticks and then she drops them with a clatter. I rose from my bed to see what was the matter. She hastily picks them up again and tries to gloss it over by picking up her rice bowl too. Can't directly watch her doing it. Sakura repeats the effort several times. Clumsily moves her fingers and just picks up the food with her chopsticks, only to drop it every single time. It's not just controlling her fingers. She looks like someone who knew how to use chopsticks until a second ago, but forgot once she picks them up. Just grab a spoon. Everyone knows how to use a spoon. Not looking. Thought anyone would notice right away, but we don't see it. Nope, nothing is wrong. Everything's great. Everything is awesome. Tell myself it's just dinner as usual. Even as she fails over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's all good. All going to live happily ever after. We're getting a good ending, right? She awkwardly manipulates her chopsticks onto the food, and she finally manages to eat a bite. Then she forgets how to hold her chopsticks and has to remember all over it. Can't bring myself to interrupt her desperation to ask if she's alright. Osaka hasn't noticed. She's pretending to not to notice, and she's just quietly eating dinner. And so am I. We all pretend not to notice that anything is wrong with Sakura. Nothing is wrong. Finish our meal. I decide that I'm going to clean up dinner. Sakura tried to help, but I turned her away. Can't help clean in this state. I don't want Sakura to have to confront another routine that she just can't do. And go back to your room and get a good night's sleep. Remember how your nap helped it go away during the day? It'll work this time too. I tell her that if she lies down and keeps her body from moving, she'll be able to move her fingers again. Because that works. If you can't move your fingers, just take a nap. That solves all the problem. Doesn't make sense even to me. Sakura bites her lip, looking away. Sakura, it's not going to last forever, but push yourself when you aren't feeling well. It's going to take longer to get better. Didn't do anything wrong. Just let us spoil you for a while. That's not true. I'm doing everything wrong. My fever's down. I remember what happened yesterday. I could tell from your face, too. Never done anything to make you worry before, so when I see you feeling this way, I have to. Make it so I don't worry. Don't be silly. I'll tell you exactly how bad you're pushing yourself. It took you 2 hours to make dinner. You dropped the plate 7 times, and on top of that, and the worst thing of all, you screwed up the seasoning. You weren't careful with the salt, and you added way too much pepper. It didn't even taste like you're cooking. It's fine to be proud of your work, but it has the opposite effect when you aren't showing results. You understand? I know you want to get better, but you are still sick. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making these mistakes. Just so you know. I am mad. I'm not letting you back in the kitchen tomorrow. And I won't let you push yourself again until you completely recover. So just behave yourself and sleep. I don't wait for her to answer and lead her by the hand to her bedroom. Her footsteps are heavy, but I ignore them and I just took her to her room. Osaka's at the door. Now 10 p.m. Time to go on a patrol, even if it turns out to be a waste of time. That was quick. How's Sakura? Got her to bed. Really tired no matter what she says, and fell asleep as soon as she lied down. We leave the rest to Ilya and Ryder. I haven't seen her around, but Ryder's somewhere in the house guarding Sakura. Couldn't have helped her with the dinner, Ryder? Prediction for tonight's patrol? Want to have at least one more scene. So I don't think we're going to have a major confrontation. I don't think we're going to run into Zoken. I don't think we're going to run into Shadow. Don't think we're going to do anything out of the way. I think Tosaka's going to call us on our BS. I think Tosaka's going to force us to confront ourselves. And knowing Shiro, we continue with the denial. Nothing's wrong. Nothing is wrong. She probably hasn't taken material form to avoid burdening Sakura. It's unlikely to last even a few more days. I recall the priest's words. As long as the holy war continues, the crest worms inside Sakura are just going to keep. In her state, it's dangerous to materialize Ryder, and even if she does, she won't be able to fight. Ren must be standing guard in spirit form. You look gloomy. Anything you want to say? Huh? Something I want to say? That's a dumb question. Of course there's something I want to say. Osaka. Can we take down Zoken tonight? You can't drag this on any longer. Sakura's getting weaker every day. If the priest is to be believed, she could die tomorrow. No. Can't beat him now. Know the urgency, but patient if you want to save Sakura. We go down, no one helps her. Can't fight yet, I get it, but think there's no point in going on patrol, Shiro? You think defeating Zoken's all we need to do? Of course not. I thought we were also trying to stop innocent people from dying. She's right. I know that, I do. There is a purpose to the patrols. We'll have to flee if we run into an enemy, but we have to do what we can to just prevent as many people from falling victims. But what exactly did I swear to protect again? Shiro. Hey, Emiya, are you okay? Just a little bit dizzy. Sorry about that, Tosaka. And that was thoughtless of me. It's okay. You don't need to apologize. Sakura's in danger, but you're tired too. Great face. I feel like we don't see this face much from Tosaka. Actually, I should have had you learn about projection over 3 days. I understand why you want to go fight him right away since you succeeded on the first day. Thank you. I was wondering why we weren't addressing the elephant in the room, which is like, why aren't we talking about what happened after we took the shroud off? I'm pretty sure we didn't scream it, so okay. Alright, we're finally addressing this. Starts are taking over our body. Like when they say, like, you're going to die, it's not, oh, like your heart's going to stop. No, no, no. It's just like, no. You form that connection. Shiro Emiya dies, and Hiro Emiya takes over. That's what I'm guessing it's going to be implying soon. That's kind of what I was thinking based on like the red dialogue boxes, which I had as like there was a reason I was reading them in my weird southern voice of Archer. It's just like, we leading to that? Is that where we're heading? All right, let's address the elephant room and have a crisis. Let's see how we deny our way out of this one. I learned how to use projection today. What's wrong? Did I say something strange? No, today's training was so hard it took everything I had just to hang in there. I just still don't feel quite real. Looked like you were in a trance, but it was worth it. You managed to project a dagger at the end. But your success rate is still under 10%, so we really need to work on it. Huh. Yes, it makes sense. I was just in a trance. That's all it was. I was just in a trance. A sense of time must have gone numb for concentrating so hard. I felt like came and went before I knew it. Nothing to worry about. One more thing to not worry about. By the time I notice something's wrong, we're already into town. Ah, son of a gun. Misaka must have noticed it too because she's trying to sense something. He's familiar and the town is dark. Nobody on the street, no sound at all. It's a silent night that I've grown used to seeing since the Holy Grail War started. But it's quiet. Yeah, super duper quiet. Last few days, town has become as quiet as ruins, sinking into a still slumber once night. And yet, silence is beyond anything I've experienced so far. Hey, yesterday, was it like that over there? All of the streetlights were dark, not to mention the houses. Sokka's squinting toward Ryota Temple. It's a part of town on the opposite side of Shinto, just sort of the edge of the city. The streets there are completely dark. From there, it's like staring into a black wall. Let's go. Say that as I begin walking toward the darkened street. Yay, charge into danger, as Sokka remains silent. Probably the obvious choice for her, too. We both know what's happening. It's a contradiction, and we know exactly what we will find if we go there. Yet we go anyway, hoping that we are wrong. Yay, denial! Denial is the best. What exactly did I feel when I laid eyes on it? The dark wall. Nothing beyond it. The instant I step forward and see the town I know, I understand what's occurred. The town is too quiet. Sleeping isn't the right word to describe it. It is a complete void, without any sign of human life. The stillness of death, not slumber. Nothing is living in it. I feel dizzy. The town hasn't changed. Around just 50 or so houses are as black as night, looking exactly the same. No signs of doors being forced, nothing broke any windows to get in. And of course, no crane peeled off the wall and roofs to get at what's inside. Things are worse than you imagine, and the situation's only going to get more grim by the day. Yay! Same way, the presence of over 100 residents is simply absent. Huh. Why did I randomly think of Sakura right now? Huh. Man, that's weird. Huh. Emiya, let's try going into that house. Osaka puts on some gloves and breaks into a nearby... Why do you have breaking in gloves? Pass by the nameplate. Open the front door and walk down the main hall. Explore the first floor, check the second floor, and we find nothing and leave. What about the people in the blacked out houses? Osaka just tells me they're gone. Town looks as it always does at night. Buildings are intact and there aren't any dead bodies. Perfectly clean. Nobody's going to notice anything off once dawn breaks. Yet, looks even more barren than back then. Keep comparing it to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, when everything was burning, everything was dying, everything was awful, everything was dying around Shira. That was because of the activation, quote-unquote, of the destroyed Grail. Is this what an activation of the quote-unquote Greater Grail is like? Is that what this looks like? Is that what the greater... Is it what the Greater Grail looks like as it charges up? Things are bad. There's no damage to any buildings, no people. All they left behind were traces of magic energy that made my chest ache. Every single building, road, and patch of ground. We found dark traces of something stuck to them that keeps shape and color even now. Why do I keep thinking of Sakura? Huh, that's weird. Maybe even without saying that was the cause of this pristine tragedy. I feel dizzy. I'm nauseous. There are corpses without bodies, bleeding without blood, in an uninhabited neighborhood, completely devoured by shadow. While I walk through it all on edge. Man, why do I keep randomly thinking of Sakura? That's weird. The unrelated image comes to mind for some reason. But maybe it isn't unrelated. Nah, it can't be. If I'm thinking of it here... No, stop. Nope, we're staying in denial. Stay firmly in denial. Nope. Remember, the 5th of November. You know this presence. You know this scent. You did it before, too. What did you imagine the first time you laid eyes on me? Nope. Not noticing it. Ah. It's the same. Now, something even heavier attacked everyone. No, it's not true. Was the same. Why did you imagine what you saw? Because I have no proof. I have no reason. No motive. I have no evidence. It doesn't look like anyone. Shouldn't be true. It can't be true. I am not going to acknowledge this. But, the more I think about it, I become a bad person. I don't have proof. My mind is telling me that it's just a hunch. But it's true. Oh, it is because the sensation was... No, don't think stupid thoughts! Similar to my nightmares. Shiro, why did you stop? Is there anything you want to check out? Shake my head and get rid of the dizziness. Man, I must have got a whiff of the scent the shadow left behind. Yeah. I just got a little bit of a tummy ache. Don't mind me. You keep talking, Tosaka. Really? Its residue still affects you? Even after I increase your magic resistance? Guess it's to be expected, given that it's a massive blob of magic energy. You'd be able to eat an entire town if it wasn't. Man, Shiro, what a goober. Why would he think silly things like that? Man, Shiro's being a big old silly head. They call me Cleopatra. I'm the queen of denial. Yep. Nothing wrong. That's not why I'm feeling tired. I was just feeling kind of disgusted. Osaka seems to accept that, and more importantly, we need to confirm what happened. Straight up, I didn't think we'd get this confirmation for like one more day. I thought we had one more day before we had this staring us in the face. All things considered, this is still a contained incident. Yay, it's only like 100 houses or so. No big deal. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Yep. We're proceeding. We are proceeding with the story. I really did not think Jiro would be confronted with this more fully, but we're here now. So what happened over there anyway? Same meal as before. It's just a different scale. Or I wouldn't have expected to find its muddy dregs on each and every house. It must have covered the entire area like a tsunami and just melted into the ground. It must have been so hungry, it started to eat them in one bite. Well, doesn't seem to have a taste for inorganic things, ignored everything that isn't alive, and just digested every little living thing without leaving a trace. The only mercy is that it happened instantly. They wouldn't have had time to feel any pain or fear. Yay! A bounded field of disillusion. Man, that almost sounds like Writer's Field. We're going to get a happy ending, right, guys? Problem is, I didn't sense any magic energy, even though such a large spell activated. If the shadow did this, then it isn't its mage trap, but it's just an inane behavior. Being that a dissolution of this size is no different than tossing and turning in bed for that thing. I see. But it's over now, and the shadow appeared somewhere once it satisfied its hunger, and you have no reason to pursue it now. The patrols have lost their purpose. There are new victims despite our efforts, and we can't even detect the shadow, who's the key culprit. Whether it was the shadow or Zoken, thought we can get a read on their movements and run to the scene to intervene, but even that's lost its meaning. I don't have any way to track the shadow, and more than that, I knew this already, but it's growing every day. At this pace, it's going to be an unstoppable monster the next time it shows up. And we already don't have a chance of winning. Yay! Oh, time for another peaceful interlude. Actually, it's not red, so maybe it will be a peaceful interlude. Complete silence. They were not the only ones here to appreciate the loss of life and ruin of prosperity. No, that expression was not quite accurate. The boy and girl still showed an admirable will to fight. They clearly did not appreciate what they found. Only one who is no longer human would delight in the tragedy. My, they just don't know when to quit. I thought it was fine to let them be, but perhaps it is time to nip this in the bud. The old man cackles. He blends into the shadows as he roams the uninhabited town, White Skull in tow. He is looking at the boy and girl. The old man pleasantly watches his enemies. He has no hostile intent. How could he hate something that's hardly even a foe to him anymore? To the old man, they are no different from pebbles by the wayside. But the White Skull thinks differently. To him, a threat is a threat, no matter how small. Any obstacles should be removed on the spot, even if they are beyond his own powers to defeat. The man who summoned as assassin acts strictly according to the unwritten law. He inquires of his lord. Boy and girl are highly vulnerable as they walk through the ghost. How can they be so defenseless in the land of death? Skull can only see them as sick individuals with a wish. This one might even consider a mercy to end them here. Yet... oh, that would be a bit of a waste. I've let them live this long. It would be dull to end them now. The old man has no mercy. He is rotten to the core, having lived for over 500 years and lost his humanity in all but shape. What do you think of this plot, assassin? There's a living sacrifice here. A pitiable hunk of meat shunned, hated, and cursed by the world of men. This meat nobly tries to save the world as long as even one person is on its side. It endeavors to save the world its allies live in. I presume this is about Sakura. Goodness, passion is so precious and powerful. The world will never exhaust its hate for the meat, no matter what it does. It desperately tries to hold its mud in, believing that hating them back would mean rejecting its ally. Everything's great. Therefore, nothing the meat does will matter. But what would happen if it was rejected by its only ally? It has always been scorned by the entire world. If its only and one hope were to betray it, it would have no morality to keep it in check. Great. Great. No, we need to stay in denial. We're going to be happily ever after with Sakura. Nothing's going to go wrong.
Indeed I do. He is the right character to close out this play.
We're in a play? I haven't auditioned. Ah, crud.
He has grown more than expected, but managed to survive this long. It's only right I allow him the pleasure of killing it.
So he wants Sakura, aka the Shadow, to die. Chuckles in delight. Sadism and satisfaction color his. Enamored with his own ingenious suggestion, his chattering laugh makes him sing like a skull bobbing in the wind. Fine, everything's. We're gonna go take a nap, and nothing else bad will happen. In the end, we got home before midnight. All right. Decided there wasn't much point wasting our stamina when we couldn't really do anything. Feet feel heavy. The physical stress of training all day must be catching up to me. Because I totally remember all that training. Yep. My body feels like lead in my eyelids. Just might droop closed at any moment. I'm super duper sleepy. Maybe my mind's worse off than my body. Man, I just want to sleep so badly, I might just curl up on the floor in this hallway. Welcome back. How did the town look? Ilya's waiting for us. Hi, Ilya. And Sakura isn't there. Of course not. Sakura is... No! Yeah, Sakura's just in bed asleep. Sakura's in bed asleep. She's sleeping in her room right now. We got there after it happened. How's Sakura? Nothing happened to her. She's sleeping in bed and doesn't seem like she woke up. I think she's doing a little better thanks to the energy saved from not using Rider. Okay, still. Careful. There's no telling when she might go out of control again. Doesn't seem like Chisaka's any worse off after seeing the ghost town. I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. What about you, Ilya? I'm going to rest too. We're going to forge it tomorrow, so I'd better get enough sleep. Ilya bids us good night. That's it for today. Get some rest, Shiro. I don't think you've noticed, but you're like a little bit pale. Great. Man, my body feels heavy. Managed to roll out my futon even through the brain fog thanks to the muscle memory. I collapse in bed and nothing else eventful is going to happen tonight. When I roll into my bed and look up at the ceiling, man, I make a little bit of time to think and use my brain head. Nope, I just try not to think with my exhausted head. I just think about my left arm, about loosening up the shroud today after, you know, all the unbearable agony and terror. I super overcame it today. Everything's great. Made it so easily, the pain and fear might as well never existed. Man, if I think seriously about what this means, I know the answer. I also think about Ilya. She told me she couldn't live with me. She said it would be nice, but it couldn't happen because one cannot live while the other survives or something like that. Because she doesn't have long to live. And then I think about I think about the love of my life, Sakura. I wonder how many kids we'll have. How many pets we'll have. Should we shop at IKEA for our furniture, or should we go with something nicer and fancier? Her life is becoming more confined with each passing day because Breast worms are feeding on her body and she doesn't have magic energy. Not her fault. I mean, it isn't Sakura's fault her body's this way. All I can do is share my magic with her. If I can give her some blood and supply her with enough power, she should hold together. Nope, don't need to think about anything else important. So I just close my eyes. Ilya said we were all beyond saving. There's only one choice to make. But I made it a long time ago. Senpai, are you back? I hear a voice from the hallway. I'm awake! Come in, Sakura! I get up. And if my head isn't working right, you'll want to see Sakura. Pardon me. Sorry, I heard something, so I woke up. I hadn't said goodnight to you yet. Sakura's her usual self. Introverted, thoughtful, and always holding in what she wants to say. But she's still the girl who tries to laugh and means so much to me. Over the last year, she's become so stunningly beautiful that now I want to embrace her anytime we're alone together. She's the person I have promised to protect forever. That's all I wanted to say. I feel better thanks to you. I think I'll sleep well tonight. I just wanted you to know you don't need to worry. And Sakura's her usual self. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? I mean, she couldn't possibly be the Sakura that came on to me that one night. And Senpai, am I disturbing you? You look sleepy or tired. Sakura, did you get some good sleep? I tried to stop my voice from sounding anxious for no reason whatsoever. My tired mind can't organize its thought. It was a restful nap. I had scary dreams, but I managed to get through them because you stayed with me until I fell asleep. Scary dreams? I shouldn't ask what those are. Yeah, gonna say nothing and just reach out to her long hair. Senpai, come here, Sakura. My hand falls from her hair to her shoulder. I bring her in close. Senpai, I don't like it. I whisper in her ear as I hug her. Sakura doesn't resist burying her head into my chest. No. So happy. Lets herself relax and snuggles against me. I hug her so tightly that there's no way that this is an allegory for anything else. Nope, no need for you to yell at Sunbury. Nothing inappropriate. It is just a hug. Just a hug. Just a hug. Just a deep, tight hug. Yeah, I don't know why I put Sunbury up. Nothing inappropriate is about to happen. Nope. Just a hug. I can't control myself. Okay. One line later and we need that. Okay. Heaven's feel is feeling pretty steamy. Good. I've always wanted to do this with her. Always wanted to get with her. Gotta get through it. And so many times I wanted to hug Sakura until I pass out. So I do. Sakura's voice doesn't reach my brain. Don't listen to lady voices, just hug. That's all you do. All I hear is my ragged breathing. Sakura who wants me, needs me. Before I know it, I'm the one who's being I'm about to read this. I'm the one who's being satisfied. I lose track of time. I try to keep watching this nightmare until morning, but the power soon goes out in my body. This is what we're here for. We love some visual novels, love a little bit of romance, love some action, love a little bit of mystery, love random sex scenes. I mean, random hug scenes. We love hug scenes. Hug scenes are the best part of any visual novel. I start to fall asleep, still holding Sakura's hand. Senpai, I'm going to... Savoring her body heat through my hands. Fall into sleep. And then the rational part of me speaks. No, we're holding down the rational part. The last 2 or 3 days, we've been trying to take the rational part of our brain and been trying to actively drown it inside the sink. Rational part of our brain probably shouldn't exist right now, but let's see what he has to say. We haven't seen rational part of our brain in a couple of days. Let's see what he says. The ecstatic brain recovers its calm in the abyss of sleep. What will happen if you do this? Drowning yourself in Sakura, you are decisively admitting that your fears are justified. Nope, not denial. Totally normal. This is what a normal, healthy relationship looks like. Oh no, it's red. It's red. I'm having scary dreams again. Something creeps along the road. Something scary that kills people with each step it takes. I watch it go from a place slightly behind it. I don't want to watch, but I can't turn away. It's a scary dream. A nightmare that I will have to keep watching over. A new theory has popped in my head, but I need to wait till after this cutscene to go back in the timeline and check. If I'm being honest, I've started to feel this closeness to it. I was afraid at first, but I'm used to seeing it now. Above all, this child doesn't have a bad heart. It just eats in a different way than we do. A lot like me.
暇そうだね、彼女。どう？一緒に遊ぶ？気分が悪いのかい、お嬢さん。それなら、そうだ。そこで少し休んでいこうか。なんだよ、何黙ってんだよ、あんた。そっちだってそういうつもりでついてきたんだろうが。
Tonight is the same. Why do they all come up to it? Maybe it has something that draws men in. No matter how many people it kills, no matter how many days this goes on, all it needs is to draw in food, to walk around at night. It eats. First it ate in a rush, but gotten the hang of this. There's no need to hurry. They're pulled in by their feet, it's over. It eats up their heart and mind without leaving a single drop. Wiggle and sing, go. It's in a good mood tonight. Though it's never shown any emotion, now it's giddy tonight. Makes me feel closer to it too. I'm very happy tonight. After all, it's the first time Senpai sought me out himself. Yeah. So there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. I'll still have these scary dreams. They're no problem at all. The world seems so beautiful and
behind because Senpai is looking at me. So I start to think that this bad dream could go on a little longer without out in search of my next meal. Fortunately,
Working hard, I see. You've taken double your usual number tonight.
I run into someone who's even scarier than this dream. I run away. Thing has never been afraid of anything before.
Yet it flees in terror of this man? Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, who's in this part of town? Just, like, Shiro's part-time job boss? What? Oh! Oh! Never mind. I know who said that line then.
It smells like me. Seen it before once.
Hey, buddy. Die while you can, girl. Once it takes a liking to you, you won't be able to do that.
The golden servant who warned me to kill myself. I run.
From what?
I run.
From whom?
I run.
Why?
Dream won't end. The thing looks so pitiful as it panics and runs into an alleyway. It's all over for it now.
I took you for a failed Holy Grail, but you have become far more complete than I anticipated. Too bad, really. Ow! It is I who will carry out the selection. Before you die, curse yourself for being too suitable.
In an instant, countless blades stab the thing. Huh? That's weird. It hurts. She's the one who got stabbed. Why am I in pain? But I'm watching from over here. She's the one who's dying. Why am I on the ground? I'm the one who's dreaming. Why? Why is my body cut to ribbon? Ouch. I'm in a dream. It hurts bad, Senpai. Something's spilling out of my stomach. I must look so pathetic. It hurts. I try to put these squishy things inside, but my hands are playing somewhere else. My feet. I have feet, but the body they're attached to is dangling around. No. When I try to say something, it hurts like I've been struck by lightning. I can't move. I can't get away. Why am I
Still breathing! Ha! How filthy! Filthily you cling to life, girl. Okay. Gonna vocalize a theory, which is probably already about to be proven wrong. Is Sakura possessing Ryder, and Sakura possessing Ryder is Shadow, like that physical manifestation of Shadow. That random theory. Because I want to check the timeline. Because if I remember right, the first time we saw Shadow, if I remember right, it was right after Ryder got killed the first time. So that would be over here. Ryder in the park. When was the first time we see Shadow? Okay. Because the timing of I think Ryder has more to do with Shadow than I had originally anticipated. Expect you to bring me an injury. So yes, this is the scene where Shadow debuted. This is the scene where Archer messes up Zoken and we destroy Ryder the first time. And after Ryder gets destroyed, Shadow shows up. Because, in my head, Shinji doesn't have the command spell Steelbook anymore. And all the power has gone back to Sakura. Which means, I guess, Ryder goes back to Sakura. And because Ryder has the connection with Sakura, somehow that is what brings Shadow out. That is current brain theory. Where's the interlude where he gets the second book? There was an interlude at some point where Shinji got the second book. Where is that? Is that here? Renewed contract. So Shadow was still out here, and that makes sense. Because this is the spot where Shadow kills Lancer. So while Sakura was the master of Ryder, Shadow was active. However, wait a second, I think I'm about to disprove my own theory. Yeah, I disproved my theory here. Because Shadow was active at the same time as Ryder was helping us fight Zoken. And Shinji was the master. Well, no. Shinji had the book, right? But Ryder still referred to Sakura as master. So technically, if this Shadow is Ryder, like I am softly theorizing, it's still possible. We have never seen Ryder and Shadow in the same place. Also, obviously, never seen Sakura and Shadow in the same place, and we get the same vibe. So, the game is leading us to believe that Sakura is Shadow. My headcanon, which means I'm full on into Shinji going straight down the route of denial camp of could Ryder actually be Shadow? Either Ryder fully or like some sort of fusion of Sakura and Ryder somehow. I don't know. I just trying to work out a theory in my head. There might be something to it, or I'm just completely off my rocker and again full of denial.
Still breathing. How filthily you cling to life, girl. He has no mercy. The golden man snaps a finger, and a blade bigger than my own body chops my head off. Nightmare, this is a nightmare. Just like the dreams I've had so far. It isn't happening. Once I open my eyes, I'll be back in Senpai's house. I'm about to wake up. Because it hurts so much. It hurts so much I want to die. So unless I wake up, I really will.
can't wake up. Wake up from the dream. Help! Hurts and helps. Help, help. You need to hurry and wake up or else it'll take me with... I can't wake up. I can't wake up from this dream. This dream. I can't get out of this dream, senpai. New background. What? And then the woman falls. She sprawls out on the ground like an insect pinned to a museum plaque. Her entire body skewered by noble phantom. The woman is still conscious. Her life is far beyond saving, but she doesn't know when to quit, and keeps trying to move her limb. Still breathing! How filthily you cling to life, girl. He hands down her death sentence with disdain. The Golden Man, the heroic spirit known as Gilgamesh, mercilessly lets the final stroke fall. Oh, I want to die. Senpai finally looked at me. I wanted to touch him to touch me more. The woman must not be seeing anything anymore. As if in a trance, she speaks a mundane wish in her final moment. Finally, just when she'd finally grabbed hold of a small sliver of happiness, reaching for that shred of cloth. Oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. If I die now, please, son, take him. You offend my sight. How dare you make me work so hard? The executioner's sword falls. The dream is over. The woman's mind sinks into a pool of blood, disappears into a dark alley floor, ever to wait. By the time he turns around, it's too late. You've already grown this fat. It consumes him from his feet. There is no escape because he already. And that's the end of Gilgamesh. Alright. So he's not going to swoop in and save the day. Right? Takes a while longer than usual. It hurts. I don't have much, so I can't heal. Not a creepy background at all. He starts walking. I know, Gilgamesh is the best. Why doesn't he get a route where he just wins everything? He deserves it. He's the best. Her stomach is growling. The only thought that drives her is hunger. Even the king of heroes worth hundreds of thousands of souls isn't enough to sate her? Not enough. This isn't enough. Cries out as if in a fever dream. But this is no dream. It is the first time she goes into the breeding cage on her own. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Everything's great. On to day 13, where things are going to be super great, super happy. February the 12th, Heaven's Field, Chapter 13. Last. Not foreboding. Not foreboding. Alright, I need to take an anti-hydration break. I'll be right back. Enjoy the chair and the piano, and this happened 10 years ago. Be back in a minute. things are bad. Things are real bad, but don't worry. Work out in the end. We're gonna use the power of love and friendship, and it's gonna work. It's all gonna be great. This world is made of love and peace. It's gonna work out for us. We're gonna have a happily ever after. These two of us gonna be happy, and it's gonna be great. 13 days in. When are you expecting the breaking point? It better not be day 15. I think we're there now. I think 13 is the breaking point. Like, Shiro, he's getting close to not denying it anymore. Although he is also, at the end of the day, buried himself as deep into denial as he can get. I think you're at the breaking. Just what does he do, though? He's already gone all in. Oh boy. You can relate with him there with your writer theory. Yeah, it's like my writer theory could still be right. Nothing's wrong with Sakura. Sakura's doing good. Sakura's doing great. Sakura's just sick. She's just sick in bed. She's got stupid evil worms inside her body that are just making her drop things. It's like, that's all that's wrong with Sakura. That's it. That's the only problem. We just have to beat up an old man. We have to defeat an old man who's made of bugs. That's all we gotta do. Nothing is wrong. Sakura's fine. Back to the denial. This happened 10 years ago. In the middle of a blazing town, I faced the responsibility of being the only survivor. I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. Yeah, Zoken is Bugman. He's made of bugs because he's old and his magic can't give him like a young body. It just his soul is based on his own body, and his own body is old and decrepit, and he needs bugs to hold it together. Will you? Never forgotten. Not even once. The price I paid for surviving is make sure this scene never happens again. Will you betray it all? Swore an oath, I swore to myself that I'd always do the right thing, like my old man. That's what Shiro Emiya spent his life doing, and spent 2 other timeline branches doing that. Got this far, allowing my own life to be used by others, so I could proudly face those who could not be saved. I understand that all too well. I do, and that. Will you betray your old self? You know the main culprit. Know who you should defeat. The black hole sun, won't you come? You have to kill Shadow, which appeared in the sky that day, before it happens again. For what you lived for all this time, you affirmed your way to save those who wish to be saved, and to help innocent people who get caught in tragedies. If you're going to reject it now just for one woman, I'm gonna betray it all. Throw in the pass judgment. Merlin, I can't come help you right now. I will... If you keep bugging me in like 10 minutes, I'll help you. You're not getting fed for like 2 hours. It's food you want, it ain't happening, bud. It's morning! I wake up from my slumber. It's bright outside, past 7 o'clock. My body feels heavy. My limbs feel kind of numb. And my sluggish head can't quite remember who I am. Maybe my blood isn't flowing yet. Nope, and no other serious issues I have to worry about. Definitely also not having a crisis of self about my whole arm thing and being possessed by a heroic spirit version of myself, although I don't know that part from another timeline. Oh yeah, Sakura! What do you want for breakfast? I pat Sakura, who's sleeping next to me because we hugged all night. Only hugged. Strangely, all I remember is that we just slept next to each other. All that happened. The fact that the girl I love is sleeping next to me must be far more important than the silly questions like, who am I? Oh, everything is gonna go wrong. Sakura, it's morning. You better get up, or else there's gonna be a lot of trouble with breakfast, and Osaka, and everything. Touch her shoulder a couple of more times, and then I notice that she's got a gaping wound caused by a giant sword. Sakura feels cold. I don't mean her attitude, I mean she's like physically cold and hard to touch. Sakura? Haze, I get up and look around the room. She's not here. The sensation of sleeping together and holding her hands so tightly that she wouldn't go anywhere is gone. Sakura is not in the room. I feel like you should have confirmed that first. Sakura. Nowhere to be found. The room is silent and unused. There's no one in the living room. Move my body very well. Stub my toe on the table as I try to get around it. All using the wall to get back up, I go into the hallway. Am I panicking? No, not panicking. Just going about my day. They probably went out for a walk. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I mean, nothing feels wrong with my body, but for some reason I just can't calm down. Why am I panicking? What am I anxious about? I try to put in words, but I end up getting lost for like 10 seconds. Am I unable to think right now? Or does something I've already thought of just fail to come to mind? Blood flow in my just awakened head is poor, and I can't tell which it is. I can't remember what I want to do. See Sakura's shoes by the front door and breathe a sigh of relief. Saka's shoes aren't here, and Ilya's shoes are. That means, okay, if her shoes aren't here, that means... Alright. Sakura's home. Osaka's the only one outside. Man, I am relieved. Sakura's not gone anywhere. Okay. Connecting the dots. Basically, Sakura woke up first, must have washed off and made breakfast, trained in the dojo, and just did laundry in the backyard. Man, I have worried over absolutely nothing. I sigh, and I turn back to the living room. Shiro. Osaka comes running in. What's up, Osaka? You on a morning walk? Why would I be easy? Why would I be taking it easy like that? We'll talk later. Sakura collapsed outside. Carry her in. I'll get ready to give her first aid. Thing to worry about. Clock turns. Past 9 o'clock. 2 hours ago, I carried in Sakura, who collapsed. My paralyzed brain is finally starting to work. Hey, Shiro. You feeling better now? Yeah, I think I'm back to normal. Sorry for making you worry, Ilya. Be honest, don't have any memory of the last 2 hours, so I have no idea what I've done. Don't worry. Having no short-term memory for hours at a time, something that's completely normal. Nothing to worry about. You
didn't really do anything. You came in carrying Sakura and held her hand the whole time. Once we knew she had a fever, sat on the floor.
Oh, what about that Tosaka girl? Did she take Sakura to her bedroom?
Rin was looking through the closet in the tatami room. I bet she was looking for clothes for Sakura. She came back all dirty. So, he would need to change her before getting her to bed, right?
I see. I should probably help out with that. I guess I'd have to stay in the living room in that case. Oh, Shiro. The two of you have already hugged. I'm going to change her, and you're a guy, so why are you coming with us? Oh yeah, Tasaka probably told me that. Guess I've been waiting for 2 hours. I can understand. Man, it takes girls 2 hours to get dressed. Jeez. Ladies, am I right? Feeling like an idiot right now. Seriously, what the heck is going on with me today? Man, so many things I should be thinking about. Sakura's well-being after she collapsed from a fever? The massive meal the enemy had last night? Nah, I'll think about that later. Nah, or maybe never. Right now, I should be considering why Sakura was outside the house when she was sleeping right next to... I want to vomit. Thoughts deny each other. 2 hours of lost time. That's how long I thought about the problem, to the point of not wanting to anymore. My body is reminding me. Ow!
Shiro, don't try to remember things you can't remember. Didn't forget it, it's just gone. Try to dig up something that doesn't exist anymore. All you'll find is pain.
I'd probably find some, like, dirt and rocks if I went out and dig up something that doesn't exist. Ooh, maybe I'd find oil. Yeah.
Never mind, I was talking to myself. Forget it.
Huh. Ilya looks away and just goes quiet. A few minutes pass. Sorry, just need to check a text. Alright. I'm currently on alert to see if I might be cooking tonight, and I'm waiting for people to get back to me to tell me if I need to cook or not. They haven't gotten back to me yet. But I'm going to, like, not going to go too much into it, but there's stuff going on around the house, and it's a little bit hectic, so I'm gonna stop in a half hour. I'm gonna give myself till 6 o'clock my time. In fact, I'm setting an alarm just so I can make myself do this. So far, my voice feels good. It's only given out a handful of times, aka most of the time. Merlin, what's your deal? A few minutes pass. Around the time the hand on the clock points to 10. Thanks for waiting. Sakura's awake. Saka came in and said it was like no big deal. Tosaka, is Sakura alright? Who knows? Asking her, not me. I don't think you should hear it from me. Alright, I'm going to see her. I stand up. I leave Ilya and Tosaka in the living room. Go to Sakura's bedroom. Maybe we can hug. Oh, thank goodness you came, Senpai. In bed, Sakura sees my face and makes a slightly pained sigh. Of course I came, silly head. You fainted. I'd come for you no matter where you are. Saka beat me to it first, but it's my job to look after you when you're sick. Take a seat on the chair next to the bed. Sakura does her best to make eye contact from where she's lying. So how are you feeling? Osaka wouldn't tell me anything. Oh, she didn't tell you? No, she said to ask you everything. I guess she was being considerate. You look a little happy, Senpai. I've wondered for a while, but like the way my sister is strict with you sometimes, don't you? It's okay. You're into that. I accept it.
As if! Osaka's got a good head on her shoulder, but I couldn't take it if she were like that all the time.
Besides, at times like these, it's that obvious consideration that keeps us sane. That goes for me and for you. Sakura nods and smiles. Her expression looks so content. It makes me feel a little relieved. Good. I feel better seeing you like this. What did Tosaka say? What did Tosaka say? My stamina's worse. I'm malnourished and I have a light fever.
We will stuff you with food then.
She said that there's nothing to worry about as long as I'm sleeping enough, so I have to get bed rest all day. Sakura's breathing sounds labored, even as she says that. Is she having a hard time even when she's laying down? It seems like she's trying to control her breathing so that I don't worry. Okay, then keep lying down. Do you have enough magic energy? Do you want to suck on my finger and or wrist or other body parts? I'm doing all right on that front. Thanks to you.
Yeah, thanks to just me and not any other people who have been absolutely devoured. I feel myself blushing as I ask. Still, it's something I need to be sure of, so I'll have to put up with it. I'll bet you feel better once you get something good to eat. Hang on, I'll put everything I've got into making you lunch. I roll up my sleeve reassuringly. However,
I'm sorry, I should be the one cooking for you. If I could stand up, I'd be able to help you. But I can't. It's frustrating.
Apparently, they were hard words for Sakura to hear.
That's right. Sakura's worried about her role in our home. It's okay. We're gonna get married and we're going to adopt Ilya whether she likes it or not. Although, from the sound of it, she thinks she's gonna die. Though we might adopt a dead person. Let's not worry about it. There are weirder things going on in our life right now. Wants at least to live life, even if she can't do anything about our situation. She isn't even allowed to do simple things like cook anymore. Just hang in there for now. When a sick person doesn't rest, they get sicker. Don't you worry. I plan to ask you to cook 3 meals a day once you're all better. You'll regret you didn't get any rest while you still could. I jokingly tell Sakura what's in store for her. Yeah. I'll let her have the kitchen for half the year if that makes her happy. Really? Won't go back on that, will you? Really? I'll behave for half a year, at least. Oh no, I'll help you when things are hard. You should at least let me work at the front of the stove. I've been standing in the kitchen for at least 8 years, too. I need to hold a frying pan in my hands at least once in a while to feel at ease. All right, it's a promise. Once I get better, please eat my food. Yeah, I'll make you as many promises as you want. Stand up from the chair. I shouldn't tire out Sakura with any more conversation. Gotta talk, and I confirm that Sakura is super duper safe. Now, I just need to let her rest. Everything's going great! I'll be back when it's lunchtime, so try to nap until. Leave her bedside, and Sakura nods. Oh, right, Sakura. As I reach for the doorknob, something occurs to me. What is it, senpai? I was just wondering. Why are you on the ground in front of the door? You went to sleep in my room last night, right? I asked the question just super casually. After a slight pause, she answers. I was out on a morning walk. I woke up earlier than you, so I decided to go outside, but I fainted. Sister's right, I really shouldn't go outside now. He answers as brightly and naturally as I ask the question. Huh. See, something that's totally normal. We all go out in the front yard barefoot and pass out. nothing to worry about. Either Tosaka and Ilya are in the living room when I come back. Maybe they went back to their room. Could be. They've been working on replicating jeweled swords or something. My role in the process starts once they recreate a replica proximate to the original. Till then, my responsibility is to draw out as much of Archer's magecraft as possible from my arm. My body is made of swords. I am the bone of my sword, huh? That's a weird poem. That's his original incantation that sort of kind of got sucked into my head. Like, did you know poems could be stored in arms? Apparently that's so. We are full-on Metal Gear Solid 4ing this. It oddly rolls off the tongue, and once it embedded itself in me, the success rate of my projections have dramatically increased. I can complete roughly half of my projections now, not to brag. I'm copying Archer in order to make copies of super duper cool weapons. But all I can make are fakes. His projections are meant to be reproduction that are treated the same. The only thing that Shiro Emiya can make are degraded delusions. And the bone of my sword is scary this route. That's totally normal. Again, nothing is wrong. Everything's great. We're going to go out and save the world. Nothing's wrong. If I want to turn that into an illusion, got no choice but to borrow arm power. Self-destruction. Using the arm even once is going to do more than poison me. It is going to light the fuse on a bomb. Once I do that, my end is assured. Imagine a firing trigger. Takes a lot of men to make a gun. Hundreds, many men to shoot a gun. A mine and in the steel mill. Machines who die for what? Something to buy. For what? To shoot a gun. A thing to make the bosses richer. But a gun kills many men before it's done. Just one more. I did look up the gun song from Assassins. I couldn't find a karaoke version, and now I'm sad. Ever see it come now? Nope. Persona 3 is baby, 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 baby. I feel like I'm in the minority, but I don't like the soundtrack of Persona 3. Sorry. But it's okay, but I think it is significantly weaker than 4 and 5. A handgun inside of my brain. Pull the trigger. And out will come a persona. Bang! The muzzle points from my brain to the outside, but the trigger is contained within. Pull the... That's the tricky part. Trying to shoot yourself in the head by having the gun already inside of your head. That's a trick shot that I actually don't want to see that, but dang, it'd be impressive. Ticking time bomb that Kotomine mentioned. Must be this mental image of a gun. And if I can take the gun out of my head, I won't light the fuse even if I use it. Nah, I need to get the fuse out of my head too. Yeah, get all of the potential exploding things out of your brain. Those are probably bad for you. That's the best solution. Of course, got no idea how I'm supposed to do that. I'll just tune into the news. I'm sure nothing's going to be there that'll traumatize me. Turn on the TV and I watch the news. Heavy body feeling the need to know about the outcome of last night. Easy enough to find the right channel. Every single network's talking about it. Disappearances with no clear cause. Residents missing for 40 homes. Not a single person lucky enough to escape that plight was even aware of their neighbors disappeared. Not a single one of the nearly 60 people will ever be coming home again. Bye, Tsukahime music. Bye, Tsukahime music. One by one, memorize the names of nearly 60 men. One by one. I carve the strangers' names into... One by one, I replace them with the names of people close to me. Give it. When the time comes, will you be able to forgive? Will you truly be able to forgive? the one who caused this? Yourself for letting it happen? If not, if you can't protect it from this sin, this way out be to put a stop to it before any more crimes. TV screen goes dark. That's the news report. That was describing the damage in detail. Don't do anything stupid. We're not righteous enough people to mourn what's already happened, are we? You don't know. You clearly don't know who Shiro Emiya thinks he is. Osaka shows up out of nowhere, turning off the tea. Osaka. Here, drink the tea I made. Rhea said she wants to be alone, so I'm free right now. That's the teacup on the table. She says it like it's the reason she's here, even though it isn't. I have no reason to follow her instructions, but went through all the trouble, I'll drink it. Drink up. It's hot enough to burn your tongue, though. Oh, good. Thanks, Tasaka. You're the best. I just wanted to relax a bit. You just happen to be here, too. All I can do is gracefully accept her awkward way of being thoughtful. Is that the word we're using for that? Fine. Time passes. Doc and I don't do anything. We just look at each other and drink our tea in silence. Strangely, I don't feel nervous. Rather, it feels like a weight's off my shoulders. Like I can just take a mental breather. You know, maybe Tosaka's actually a soothing person. What are you grinning for? If you got something to say it. I just had a thought. Never really sat around with you doing nothing before. Or every time we meet, it's only talk about Holy Grail War this, Holy Grail War that. Man, it was kind of a brutal relationship now that I think about it. Well, what did you expect? That's why we started. Or what? Do you want to make a small talk about school exams or shops we like? No, I think it's fine. It just feels kind of fitting that we have a relationship where we can't let our guard down. So it kind of feels odd, unbalanced for us to be lazing around. Right, that's how it started. I only started talking to you because I became a master. We wouldn't have even known of each other if I hadn't become one. In that sense, I guess something good came out of being a master. Get to fight alongside a girl who I only admired from afar. That's not quite true. I don't know if it's mutual, but I did know about you for a while, Shiro. Whoa, what? With a hint of bashfulness, Tosaka mumbles something I couldn't possibly miss. Wait, you knew who I was? When I ask why, she just nods, looking even more embarrassed. Ah!
Card we won Merlin Magic, card we won Merlin Magic, card we won Merlin Magic, card we won Merlin Magic.
Thank you very much for the subscription. And right on cue, Merlin seems to have started scratching at my door again. You like coming in? There you go. There's my fluffy boy. Yeah. Want to be in front of the air conditioner? You like that? Like being in front of the fan? You scratch on my door, you have to pay the price. You have to be on camera for a second. Just being adorable and fluffy. Love him. Mwah. Dude. Hope everyone has enjoyed the Merlin break. What the frickin' heck? What? Ordo! What are you doing? You have school to pay for! The heck? Dude! Thank you! Frickin' thanks! Oh my goodness. We got it for Skeeth, we got it for Pawnee, we got it for Etikish, we got it for Worst, and Alex. Thank you for the frickin' 5 gift subs, Ordo. Dear Lord. Thank you. Now everyone gets the Merlin emotes. But we only got a few minutes left. Let's get as far as we can. School is through your employer. Heck yeah! Steal their money and send it to me through Twitch. Or spend it on yourself. Spend it on yourself. Get some Black Friday deals for yourself if you can find something cool. Did we even speak during our first year? That didn't happen. It just meant that I knew about you. I guess you could say that Shiro Emi is responsible for one of my traumatic episodes. Wait, trauma? What did I do? That didn't sound nice. I know you can't go through life without offending people without even realizing it, but still. My mental health is bound to have a very poor outlook when it involves Rin Tosaka, who loves getting payback 3 times or even 4-fold. I'd like to know the same thing. Fine, I might as well spill it now. It was around like 4 years ago. I don't know why, but do you remember when you stayed at school one day to try the high jump until the sun went down? Huh? I blink at the unexpected question. Not because the question itself was surprising, though. Sakura actually mentioned the same thing before. Yeah, what about it? I was watching. Right after I came out of the building, I saw some boy at the edge of the campus trying over and over and over again to jump a bar that was super high for him, like he was a moron. Wait, that can't be true. Sakura was the one watching me. Wait, besides Tosaka. It was just a coincidence, alright? We went to different schools. Never mind the classes. I had to come over to your school for some student council business, and she might have also been stalking your sister. Maybe. Alright. What do you want? Let me out. Buddy. I'll teach for an hour. I love that cat, but he has gone full on just like, okay, I want to walk into your room. Okay, I've been in your room for a minute. I want to leave. Oh, Merlin. Stop doing that. We need to try. We're clicking. I remember hearing you went to the same school as Isai. Our best friend Isai, who's, I'm sure, totally okay right now. Yeah, he's a thorn I can't get rid of. I was the vice president while he was president. After having to deal with each other for 4 years, we both understood that we were like mutual enemies. Now I see. You two go way back. I can believe that. I always thought Isai's attitude towards Tosaka was kind of unnatural. Feels like one mystery has been melted, only to be frozen again. Anyway, you were trying the high jump over and over again like an idiot, and I just happened to see it. That's all. That's when I first knew about you, and I learned afterwards that Sakura was coming here regular. I didn't even know your name before then, I couldn't even remember your face. Well, I understand our history now, but... Wait, how is that traumatic, though? I wasn't that bad at jumping, was I? It was payback after 4 years. Sakura joined Kyoto Club a year ago, right? I'd go watch club practice when I had time, and sometimes I saw this idiot there who wasn't even part of the club. Then I remembered where I saw his face. He was the idiot from back then. Thanks. I have something to say about how she found out, but I will keep that to myself. It gave me a real shock that day, even after 3 years. I instantly recognized that random stranger from a different school whose name I didn't even know. Oh yeah, he was also a moron on top of it. Thanks. And I finally realized 3 years later how much damage he did to me. I realized I was jealous of that guy who was just running over and over again like an idiot. Why though? He's just an idiot you shouldn't take seriously. Yeah, I thought I wasn't jealous and that I just lost. It would have been better if he'd even had a sliver of hope of getting over the bar. Then I would have just let it go and just head straight home. But he knew he couldn't do it because he's a loser. He kept trying over and over again, even though he knew he wouldn't make it no matter how many times he jumped. Even though he knew it was futile. That guy is such an idiot. To be honest, I can't push myself like that. I've always been this way. I'm the kind of person who calculates the chances of success. I don't even bother trying things I know I can't do. Since I've never tried to achieve something impossible, I've never gotten disappointed. I'm cold in that sense. I'm a terrible person. Though Kirai told me I'm not immoral, but rather mechanical. Osaka isn't saying this out of humility. She's confident and proud of who she is. Still, I think about it sometimes. Life would probably be a lot simpler if I stopped measuring the odds and just threw myself at random high jumps. And imagine what a shock it must be to see someone who was exact opposite of me when I was still young enough to doubt myself. That's why the kid running like an idiot in the sunset is a trauma to me. Doesn't mean it in a hostile way, she's just glad he's there. It looks like she's daydreaming as she mutters it. Well, that was a boring story, but I must be getting nervous because work isn't going well. Sokka stands up and declares break time is over. I'm going back to my room. I'll be crafting the frame with Ilya in the afternoon. Keep an eye on Sakura. Puts her teacup in the sink and just leaves right down the hallway. But before she's gone... Hey, how's Sakura? She stops and asks me as though she just remembered. In high spirits, I think. Seemed like she still had a fever, but not worried about it as I was the last time she collapsed. Being pretty calm about it, too. Before, she just tried to ignore it and do chores, but today she's behaving like a good girl and staying in bed. I think she'll recover soon. Of course she'll behave. Can't stand up on her own anymore. Wait, what? Wait, she can't stand? Wait, what? What? She should have enough magic energy. She's also got plenty of stamina. Yeah, her magical and physical powers are above average, but her insides are a wreck. Remember? Magic worms eating everything? I don't know what happened to her yesterday, but she died once. I can't think of any other reason that would explain why the muscles in her limbs look like they've been torn to shreds. Oh, I didn't see any injuries on her at all. She only looks clean and connected from the outside. I don't know if the crest worms have been feeding heavily or if something else cut her. But if it's the latter, then the pain might not only destroy her body, but her mind as well. Dang it, Gilgamesh! I have to ask. Did Sakura recognize you? I stopped myself from saying, of course. Sakura looks like she's in English. Meaning. Didn't recognize you, Sokka? No. Knew who I was and called me her sister. She wasn't looking at me, though. She was saying the Ren Tosaka she had in her mind. Honestly, when she started saying things like, nice to meet you, or I wish we could have met sooner, it made me want to kill her. Tosaka's voice gets cold. He looks away. Kill her. Sokka wanted to kill Sakura. That's what I meant when I say I can't be like you. I can't keep helping Sakura to the very end. Nor do I want. Oh! This just hit hard. Sorry to stop and do personal story, but it's just like it just hit too personal right here. It's like I've lived with family members who were dealing with like Alzheimer's and dementia, and like watching that evil mess with their minds at the end, and it's just like, thankfully, like my family, I love my family. We were all very supportive of this family member. It's just like, but I have read in that time I was reading stories online and like seeing the stories of the people who are just like, I can't take it anymore, or having those thoughts come to their heads, just like absolutely the worst thing. Screw Alzheimer's, screw dementia. Osaka, I told you, I don't attempt things I know I can't. If I conclude that Sakura's beyond saving, I will kill her. That's I'm Ren Tosaka. I'm sure you don't need to be reminded that this was the deal from the beginning. Just needed to make it clear. Don't need your opinion. I already know what you think, and it wouldn't change even if we talked. We're friends while we're trying to defeat Soken, but we're never going to see eye to eye on. If you don't like that, then we need to beat Soken as soon as possible. Shiro, if that shadow turns out to be a completely separate being from Zoken, what are you going to do? Keep my mouth shut. Osaka's question is kind of pointed and it's giving me vertigo. Shiro, when it comes down to it, I'm going to the best way for me. You need to think about it too. Why would I want to think about something like that's such a weird and awful thing to say to Osaka? That's messed up. Osaka goes back to her room, leaving me alone. Did get to the interlude. So we'll do this interlude and that'll be the last thing we do tonight. She hears voices. Her body is in tatters and her mind is a haze. She hears a voice that she didn't want to hear. Anyway, what's for breakfast? I'm sure we can get Ilya to make us some burnt toast again. I don't know if it's mutual, but I've known about you for quite a while, Shiro. She doesn't consider why she can hear their conversation. She just wishes that she couldn't. Oh no, that was Tosaka. If she can move her hand, she would cover her ears. If she could move her legs, she would go to the living room and put a stop to it. I was watching. Right after I came out of the building, I saw some boy at the edge of the campus trying over and over to jump over a bar that was too high for him, like a moron. The girl bites her lip. She sluggishly, her sluggish fingers clench to the bed sheets hard enough to tear them. The old story her sister recounts is a disinteresting tone. The sight on the schoolyard that evening 4 years ago. Rin is talking about that memory like it only belonged to her. Like it's something only she knew about. She's lost in a beautiful memory even though I don't even know she was there. What? The most important memories of Sakura's life has been taken by Ren too. Okay. So both Sakura and Rin were there. This isn't a situation where, like, wait, does Sakura have Rin's memories implanted in her somehow? That both of them actually did see that. Yeah, I didn't know she was there. Don't do this to me, game. Don't throw me for an entirely new loop of just like a concept of swapping memories or taking or implanting memories. Oh boy. Stop, please. I'm begging you, don't. Don't take this memory from me, the girl begs. With an inaudible voice, she squeezes out a plea no one can hear. Both of them saw it, and now Sakura has to sit in bed and listen to Rin confess to that moment. Hero, without even being able to cover her ears. Sucks for her. Her sister continues the tale. The girl is getting left behind, just as she feared. It was the only thing. That memory was the one and only precious thing that she had over her big sister, who was now just treating it like any other memory. Ooh, fun. Yay. No. She reinforces her frayed nerves with her power, her mind, and covers both ears with her hand. She doesn't want to hear. This is why. Why does she know what's happening in the living room? Does her shadow stretch that far? No, never mind that. She doesn't want to hear anything. No more. If she hears any more, she has a feeling she will go insane. Still, can't block out the conversation, even as she covers her. Her sister's words echo straight into her brain. She can cover her ears, gouge out her eyes, but she cannot escape that sight. And then, Shiro, when it comes down to it, I'm going to kill you. It's the best way for both of us. You need to think about that too. Her sister coldly thrust those words she least wanted to hear at the last person she wanted to hear them. And then she couldn't hear their voices anymore. You can't tell what's happening in the living room. Of course not. Her world consists only of this dark room. You can't step into that distant, bright world. Her eyelids feel warm. She realizes she's been crying on her own. She is sad and frustrated, and her sister is a coward. Why? Why is she forcing this obvious conclusion on Senpai? Because it's her duty as a Tosaka mage. Then she can fulfill it on her own. Why would she pull Senpai into it? My sister is trying to take my Senpai, my one and only ally in the whole world. Stand with her, Isan. Hate. She knows how self-centered it sounds. She hates her. She's going to make Senpai abandon Sakura Mata. Ren Tosaka is truly cruel. Isan. But it's strange. Why do I hate her so much? But it's what I want. Isan says I should just disappear. I know that, and I agree. I can't remember the details anymore. I do know that Shiro Emi would be saved if I was gone. No, I don't want to. I can't. I don't want to lose anything else. I don't want to be alone anymore. I know warmth now. I'm afraid of the cold. I know warmth now. I hate everyone who's been warm the whole time. I won't disappear for them. I won't let them kill me. Because I didn't do anything wrong. Everyone else is wrong. I never wanted this outcome. It only happened because no one helped me. Nobody did anything to help me. It means they wanted it to happen. They weren't against me. That's the same as agreeing with me in that case. Nobody will punish me. They couldn't if they tried. I won't die. Not the way she wants. No. Problem is, I can't die. Nobody can kill me. They're going to. I'm okay with that. If I'm going to be killed, I'll instead not just my sister, even Senpai. If they try to erase me, I won't put up with it anymore. Yeah. If they're going to hate me and go far away, then I'd rather Senpai with my own hands before he ends up with someone else. Like my nightmares. Y'all ever seen the movie Misery? It's a good movie. I highly recommend watching it. She coughs. Painfully, she turns her delusions into blood, expelling it from her mouth. Oh no, I'm no good anymore, Senpai. Check the name of this chapter in the flowchart. I will once we are through this one. Nothing connects. She doesn't know what's good or bad. Doesn't know what's right or wrong. Who am I? How much sanity do I have left? Everything's getting so foggy. I feel like I'm going mad. Hi, are you still there, Sakura? And then she realizes there's a silver-haired girl standing there. She's just like her. A pale girl who was never treated as a human, meant to become a vessel. Saber, Lancer, Caster, Berserker. Those four enough would be in plenty. Where did you find a soul like that? I'm surprised you're already full, when Assassin and Rider are still out there. Okay, that confirms what I was theorizing. I was just like, she can get full up on other things. Not just those specific spirits. She doesn't know. She's heard from her grandfather that, just like the girl, she's a container to store the souls of defeated servants. But the implications that servants other than the ones she was given were defeated. That's good. Now I don't have to worry about Archer getting taken, so I won't press you on. Oh! Oh, so earlier when she was saying that Archer was hers, I thought it was like a weird typo and that she was supposed to say Berserker. Okay, she's talking about Shiro. So, like, she full on is now viewing Shiro as Archer. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Okay, I was wrong then. So, Archer's soul was taken, but that's the only soul Ilya has. That's what you're saying. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah. So, even though there is a evil Saber out there, Saber's soul has absolutely been taken into the Grail, which is in Sakura. 100%. That confirms that. Okay. You know what's going to happen to you now, Sakura? She feels something cold inside her. The question pulls Sakura Matao out of her fevered head. Don't know what's going to happen to me. The pale girl pauses. The Ainsburn Master, created solely to be a vessel, looks down at the imitation before her. You will die. There's absolutely no saving you. She tells the broken girl of their shared fate. And no other route was Sakura ever closer to a serpent's death than Ilya. That all changed this route when Castor died first. Ah. Dang it, Castor, you ruined everything again. Let's do a quick save right there. Everything's going super great. Everyone's happy. We're all gonna live happily ever after. Oh, and we got a choice coming up. So, it's probably gonna be good. Interlude Misery. And I'm getting a phone call. Finally got dinner plans confirmed. So that's good. I'm going to go downstairs and take care of that. But for now, the fabled dinner phone call. Yep, finally got here. So that's taken care of. I'm going to go downstairs and take care of that. So Let's see who's still streaming at the moment so we can share a little bit of love with someone. Who do we got online today? Now remember, tomorrow night we will be finishing Recipe the Turnabout, that cursed case, over on our Buddy the Worst Heroes channel. Predictions for what will happen now that you have another day down. Last time I said it's 50-50 whether Rin dies or not. I'm trying to decide if that's gone up or down based on this. We're definitely going to have like a big misunderstanding with Sakura thinking that Rin and Shiro is going to try to kill her. But I truly think Shiro's still going to try and save her. No matter what. I think Shiro has gone so far all in on this. He's going to do every single possible thing to save her. Might also be me deluding myself too. Yay! That's the fun part of this. That's the fun part of getting emotionally invested in a visual novel. I think we can try for Friday. Voice held up almost okay today. I am going to be voice acting tomorrow on Worst Stream with Phoenix Wright. And it's going to be painful, the 4th case, when we start that. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I think we can give Friday a chance. Don't know what time on Friday, but we'll see. We'll see Friday. Probably later in the day, because I'm going to assume I want to get my voice as much rest as possible. So probably tomorrow, not Friday evening is probably going to be the next of Fate Stay Night. But who is on the lines right now? Let's go hang out with... I haven't hung out with Doom Pickle in a while, so let's go hang out with Dana. Know full well you won't get the last 10 minutes of recipe in 3 hours. Well, we've only got like... I think we finished all the testimony. Literally, I think it is just like the recaps of and the final breakdown. I think that section is going to take like 30 minutes to an hour, but then we're going to start case 4. I'm curious how long case 4 is going to take. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played case 4. I know it's not a long case, but I think it's a long, short case. If that makes sense. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all the voices I'm going to be doing on tomorrow, even though it's probably going to be a pain. Now, Doom Pickle has a weird thing with their name. It's because it's picky. Alright. Okay, it worked. Did we get into the right channel? We got in the right channel. If you feel like participating in the raid, we do have raid commands. You have activated my raid card because branding. Thank you so much to everyone who hung out with us today. Oh, it's going to be a blast. Tune in tomorrow on our Brother Worst Hero stream for our Phoenix Wright when we do that late at night. Probably around 10 o'clock Central Time or so. And until next time, fare thee well. Ta-ta.